Happy July 4th, everybody. Happy Independence Day. If you're seeing this video, it is officially the 4th, and I want to wish everybody a wonderful day, great day for our country. I want to share with you my hopes for you as a viewer of this channel, reminisce on kind of where we've been so far, and provide my offerings, guidance, thoughts on where we're headed next as a country. A quick side note before we get into that, but that'll be interesting. Is 11 pounds heavy for an AR? We're talking fully loaded with a can, 16 inches. I think that's pretty reasonable, 11 pounds. I'm hearing that's heavy. And then there's Hop with the video saying is 12 pounds. Okay, you ruined your AR. It's like, really? Are we a nation of wimps? Are we a nation of twinks? I think the twinks are a little overrepresented in the gun tube community, and of course we love the twinks. Nobody clipped that. But I don't think that's too crazy for a basically full-size rifle. I might be wrong. Let me know what you guys think. But it's our nation's birthday, 249 years, big occasion. And I think it's becoming increasingly clear the various stressors that are being put on us in everyday life, not only in the gun community, but in the entire world. Blue-collar, corporate jobs, everybody is stressed out. They're stressed out by money. One piece of wisdom I want to try to impart on you guys if I can, and I realize I'm preaching. It's kind of like, who am I to preach? But I just want to share with you my thoughts on the world today, and I think how people can achieve a greater level of happiness. And part of that is not basing so much of your life around this endless pursuit of buying and consumption and going for the biggest, most paycheck you can, the most amount of money you can, and kind of enjoying what you have and learning to live with what you have. And part of that, I think a big thing for a lot of people is, if you can, I think you should pay off all your debt as soon as possible, or ideally not even have debt. Now, what does that mean? Is that easy to do? No. And this goes for the gun world too. You don't need the brightest, shiniest new gun. You can get by just fine with something a little bit older. You will have a sense of financial freedom when you do this, whether you pay off your house, pay off your car. When you have that ability to say, okay, I don't need to slave away at this corporate job that doesn't really care about me or do whatever it is, then you have a level of freedom to you that's hard to take away. And so much of our life today is based around how do we keep people in that cycle. For the corporatists, for the big businesses, this is their main goal. They want to keep you in this cycle of spending, barely getting by, consuming, making minimum payments, etc., so that you can fuel their profits. If you think about it from birth to death, you essentially are a debt battery for these people. You start off, you take out a loan to go to college, you take out a loan for your car, take out a loan for a big house or a fancy house. And then when you get older, you can spend a bunch of money on an RV, big vacations. And when you get a little older than that, the hospitals will try to sell you all these services so that you can cheat death for a little bit and live a little bit longer, so that you hopefully end up with nothing. Then the old folks' homes will take the rest of what you have, if anything. And if you're lucky, your kids might get a little bit after all that's said and done. You don't have to live in that cycle. You can kind of break free from that cycle if you look at your life and say, hey, maybe I don't need this really new car. Maybe I don't need this big of a house. Maybe I don't need the latest iPhone, all this. And if you get yourself to a place where you can greatly reduce your debt or never take it on in the first place, I know that might be hard to do, but for some it's possible, you will be far more capable, uncontrollable in a way, and you'll be able to pursue true freedom. You can pursue your passion. You can do whatever you want to do in life. I wouldn't be able to do this GunTube channel if I were working, trying to pay off a mortgage. I'm fortunate to have been able to do that. This channel probably would not exist if that weren't the case. My cars are paid off. And I don't put anything on a credit card at all. Everything, all the gun accessories, everything you guys see is paid for by me. There's no sponsors, so yeah, everything comes out of this guy's wallet. But that's freeing in a sense. There's no overbearing obligation to a huge corporation or institution that doesn't really care about you and indeed exists solely to extract profit from you. Never forget that, guys. Some companies are better at this than others, to their detriment. You probably know which companies we're talking about. But I think that's what it is. That's what freedom is. When the founders rebelled and broke away from the British colonies, it was probably not a financially wise decision. Surely it was one of the hardest decisions they could have taken, but ultimately one that ended up leading to the birth of one of the greatest countries of all time. And that is a country we still live in, and we have these levels of freedom, and we need to cherish them. We need to not get bogged down in this consumerist cycle that so much of our culture seems focused around. We need to save as much as we can so that we can become less dependent on these systems and institutions put in place. And when we have more say, when we have an amount of spending power or an ability to do things that indentured servants don't have the ability to do, we can put ourselves back in charge of our own destiny. Our country is in a lot of debt right now. Who knows what will happen, if that will ever actually come due, but we as individuals can make ourselves better equipped to handle whatever's coming by decreasing or eliminating our debt, by living below our means and being responsible, prepared citizens. Now, what is around the corner? I'm going to make a little prediction here, and I don't think it's unfounded, and you guys don't have to believe it, but that's just what I'm seeing. And if you take a look, a lot of times they will use media to kind of lay the groundwork for what they want to do or what they want you to believe in or push. There's no secret our military uses the media, you could say effectively or not, with the backing of various projects. And certain other ideas will be pushed through media as well, either wittingly or not, by these people that seek to influence us. And one of the main themes I've seen over the past several years, you guys may have seen as well, is the introduction of these anthropomorphic robots or cyborg type characters. You guys can probably think of several of these movies off the top of your head. I certainly can. We kind of wonder, why are they made sometimes, because it doesn't seem like the demand is really there. But it does seem like these movies are designed to get you to accept not necessarily AI, but these robots, these actors, these servants that we will see and are seeing right now on the street. So when you go to a fast food restaurant or another restaurant and you're annoyed dealing with the server, show them a little bit of patience, because it's not improbable to say that in a few years most of them will be replaced by AI or robots. You guys have seen clips of that already floating around. I think that's likely where many jobs are headed. So the tools and the lessons that we impart on ourselves and that we learn will help make us more capable, prepared citizens to hopefully try and survive this and possibly thrive, if you can, in the future. Do it for your kids, do it for yourself, do it for your nation. Try and make yourself irreplaceable. I realize this may not be a hot take or a super controversial take, but I just think based on all the media that's out there, it's definitely coming. The transhumanist themes and things that they're pushing for. So guys, take care of yourselves. Absolutely eliminate your debt if you can. Get a nice rifle, train with it. Become very capable. And ultimately, guys, what that will make happen is that will make it harder for bad people to do bad things to us. And we will be able to keep our independence. We will not be indentured to any of these people. And we will be able to make a safe, secure place for our children for 250 more years to come. I hope we get there. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you're having a great time for the 4th. Let me know what you're doing down below if you made it this far. And I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.